Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 for some more multiplayer racing. For this session, we are racing some A-Class Japanese cars, and all the events are going to be on tarmac circuits. I have gone for something I've not actually built or used much in this game at all, I don't think. It is an Evo 10. It has got a wide body kit, it has got a V8 in it, it's a supercharged V8 in fact, in this one. I feel like it could be quite strong. It is probably more of a handling car than anything. It's got near enough 560 horsepower, weighs a little bit over 3,000 pounds. Very big rally tyres on it because it's got a wide body kit. So yeah, this is likely to be more a handling car than a straight line speed car, which I say I'm okay with. I'm definitely okay with. I generally fare better with these, but we will see how it goes. We'll see what I can manage to do with the vehicle. Yeah, that's that really. That Toyota, well, the Toyota thing I know is immensely fast in a straight line. Yeah, I'm almost not going to really think about that or worry about that. It's not of the biggest concern to me. We are going to try. I mean, we have got the classic Subaru versus Mitsubishi battle going on already as we take a look to the inside, and we'll get past one of the Imprezas, and there's another one up ahead. Don't hit the wall, we did not. Now I am running on rally tyres. My theory on the rally tyre, I mean, this is how I'm building a lot of my A-Class cars these days. My theory with these is simple. You have rally tyres on the vehicle because I can get a little bit more power and still have a lot of grip. And because this has got the wide body kit, it's got such big tyres, I'm figuring that'll make up for the... make up the grip deficit to running perhaps like semi-slicks on some other cars. The hope is that it'll work relatively well. By the looks of it, this is going to be an epic battle over third place between me and two Subarus. The top two are far too quick and they are gone into the distance, so I'm going to not really worry about them all too much. Car ahead, I mean, it was quick through that section, but very, very scruffy and is very out of place through the final corner. We were fast through there, but oh, can I duck underneath for the next part? Well, we're trying to pry the door open. We're going to get alongside, however, we are not going to be able to hold it because now we're going to have the other Subaru there having a look, so we're going to have to fall back in line. It's side by side back here as we battle over fourth, and all the meantime, I mean, this gives Steel Guns a little bit of a reprieve slightly if we're too busy fighting. I think we might both be quicker than Steel Guns ahead, but we are struggling to find a way past. This is a track that is difficult to overtake on, especially for me, who has perhaps not quite got the straight line speed of the car ahead. We've definitely got the grip. I mean, you can see we can take that bit more speed through this section than they can. But then once we get out of that corner, they're just accelerated away down towards turn one. My best bet is going to be either they make a mistake somewhere, or maybe, I mean, we can duck underneath here, but we're not going to be able to complete a pass. And once again, they are off. They're on the throttle, and they are off into the distance slightly. Oh, and I'm a little bit late on turning through there. That's cost me. That's going to cost me like... well, I don't know, because then they survive a scare, because we would have been in a prime opportunity to make the most of that. I was about to say it's lost us a lap of overtaking sort of opportunities. However, they immediately made a mistake, and it's a big slide from the Subaru. This is how we pass the other Impreza. It may be how we get this one done, because we can just go a bit later on the brakes. We know we can carry more speed through that section than they can. We can be quick through the penultimate corner. We will come out the other side, and we are up into a third place here. We will run through these next couple of corners. Oh, fourth gear would have been the way to go. Now, Will I be under threat? Maybe. We've got to be mindful. I can't afford the big running wide moments that we have had, because that would definitely leave us vulnerable. However, we have been neat and tidy, and the two Subarus, I think, are going to be too busy fighting one another back there. By the looks of it, the round is going to go the way. Let's not speak too soon. Let's not commentator curse it. But the round is looking promising to go the way of the Mitsubishi, although I've got that corner very wide. I did not have the turn-in I was expecting. The only plus point is, oh, no, that's bad news there. Through there, we got all crossed up. The good news is they made mistakes behind. Yeah, I'll take it. Oh, we almost threw it away at the end because I was just slightly out of position. I wasn't out of sequence through one corner. That was kind of it. Yeah. Well, it was an interesting battle. That much is for sure. Yeah. I have a feeling this is very much going to come down to a battle between two Subarus and a Mitsubishi over the last spot on the podium. We are off to the Tierra Prospera circuit. A high-speed, nasty track? Kind of. I like it. It's always an interesting challenge, this one. My car may struggle a bit here, a bit more here. I don't know. The battle with the Subarus is going to be interesting because Stills is faster than mine in a straight line, but not as good handling. Trebs, I believe, is on semi-slicks. So we'll probably be slightly better in the corners, but could be down on straight line speed, could be down on power. So it'll be interesting to see how this all pans out, really. I mean, I'm basically not going to contemplate racing the Nissan and the Toyota. I don't think they're going to be any relevance to my race, essentially, in this. I can't see, why we would be any faster here. Oop, there's some understeer through this one. But that's, I said, is going to happen. We will carry good speed through this next section. I'm hoping that's the sort of corner there where we're going to have to try and make up time on guns if we're going to do anything. You know what? You want to go past? I don't really care. Just you can go do your own thing. Just don't slow me down. Maybe slow down the leader a little bit, and that would be fine. I can live with that. That's going to be our best opportunity. This is probably not the track really for my car. Oh, a little bit more understeer through there than I would have liked, really. For a car that I'm hoping is going to be like a really good handling car, I'd like a little bit less understeer, to be honest with you. Not sure what's working its way through the traffic behind us. I was trying to have a little bit of a look. At the moment, they're holding off the Nissan for now. I think it's a GTO behind us. I like the car in real life. I really struggle to ever make it work on foot. It's one of those cars that is too heavy and feels like it's massively over-PI'd. I'm not saying it's impossible to make it work, but I do always feel like I really struggle to get anything decent out of it. Alright, we are, again, through here. Right, if we could just lasso ourselves onto the back of that would be helpful. There's a massive scrap going on for 5th. There's an almighty tussle between a bunch of cars. I can and probably should be faster than that through there, but never mind. We're quicker than I thought around here, but we are just not really able to keep in touch with the cars ahead. I mean, we have bits of the track where we're quite good at, but just our lack of straight line speed is a little bit too great. So we've sort of found ourselves in this really disappointing no man's land. It's close with the top 3, and then me, and then a gap back to 3 more cars who are having a big tussle for position, and we are just a spectator at this point. We are just watching them go to battle. And I mean, I'm driving this as fast as I can. I'm trying to drive the wheels off the Evo, but it's just not got much more to give. Try and make the most of the speed through these corners as I can. The thing is, well, we are pretty good. We are pretty stable through there. The other cars aren't terrible, so they're just able to carry more speed and all that. I think the Toyota may have hit the wall. I mean, it looks wildly difficult to drive. I'm sure it is. It's just, it's the rocket ship in a straight line that is wildly out of control. And this circuit, I mean, it's fast, but I don't know if you necessarily want that all the time. I mean, I feel like my car is actually quite, like, as an A-class car, I feel like this is probably not bad. It's probably a good compromise in terms of overall usability. But I think this may be one of the classic sort of jack of all trades, master of none, etc. Because it's not. There's going to be cars that outgrip it in a sort of specific grip scenario, and then there are cars clearly that outrun it. We are having a catch of the Subaru. We're going to run out of laps to do anything unless it has a really bad end to this race. And even if it didn't, we're now coming up to the section where we couldn't overtake anyway, and we would just be outrun to the line. We have left the rest of the pack, though, which, I mean, at the end of the day is a positive thing in that, yeah, we're in 4th. We're kind of sticking with the Subaru ahead that's got a lot of understeer through there. We've left the rest of the pack for a track that is perhaps not my strong suit. Not bad for the Evo. Yeah, it's a 4th place. I mean, as it's kind of as was expected, really. It's the Subaru versus Evo battle for the podium. Yeah, we were in a couple of tenths. The other Subaru was a couple of tenths down. The GTO was a little bit further back in that one. It's going to be 2 Subarus versus an Evo for the last spot on the podium, I suspect, for most of this. It's, at the end of the day, it's a nice car to drive, so at least I like driving it. We head to the Plaza circuit for our next race. We have got a nice spot on the grid, can't complain. We have the Subarus pretty close behind. It's going to be an interesting one, actually. This is going to be a challenging one, I think, because we're going to have me as probably the middle of the 3. We're going to have Trev's one potentially out-handling, but maybe struggling in a straight line, and Steel Guns is going to be faster accelerating, which can be helpful around this circuit. Steel Guns will likely have an easier time trying to overtake me, but they will struggle to make up the time perhaps in the corners. And I mean, I don't know what we're going to see from the Nissan and Toyota. Maybe the all-wheel drive traction will be enough for a bit. Oop, we will have to wait and see. Yeah, don't know what we're going to have in terms of a fight. Oh, God, around this one. Come on, front end, please get turned in. At some point around here would be nice. We will be on the inside through here. It's not really any good. We could maybe have hugged it the whole way round, I think, at that point. The Nissan is going to... Oh, well, we're going to try and hold this on the outside for the climb up the hill, which we have got a little bit more straight line speed, but this is an awkward way to go. It's a very long way to go around anything, pretty much. And sure enough, the... no, that was very ambitious from me trying to stick my car around the outside at that corner. Oh, still, well, that's I did not expect a car to be fired in, because I was going for a cut across, trying to straighten up the exit of the final corner. Was not expecting a car to fire it in super deep through that part. So apologies to Sid on that one. I had no idea there was going to be a car going for that particular manoeuvre. We will get ourselves slowed down. Oh, God, through here. A little bit of understeer. There is certainly a bit of understeer going on in this car. A bit of understeer that, I mean, I would prefer that it didn't have. I mean, I like the fact that I can just boot it and go. It is nice, it is consistent. But, yeah, it does struggle a little bit with the understeer at times. And, yeah. A little bit more turn-in and it would be phenomenal. I mean, it is quick, but a little bit more turn-in would be excellent. Well, I mean, we're on our own. I think we may be a little bit quicker than the Subarus. I think we may have just... I don't know actually what happens to the other one. Oh, we've had some whole bunch of connection issues going on in this session. That is the way that it goes sometimes. Oh, that'd be good, to be fair. It can be like that in any online race, if you like. I think we're just going to settle in for a hot lapping session. with this, by the looks of it. Get that change of direction. I mean, it is nice through that final corner. What is the lap time going to be looking at? It's actually going to be looking pretty good with this one. Yeah. Where is that Toyota? I mean, we know that the Toyota's wildly out of control. This is going to be a really, say, an awkward circuit for the Toyota. It's got way too much power and nowhere near enough control. I'll tell you what, of all the cars I've driven lately, this one here doesn't even feel the bumps through that section. It's the first car I've had that I can just be so easily flat and not really worrying about it down there, which is lovely. It's not been a great... Well, I mean, it was good. That bit there was good. The rest of this lap's been a smidge scruffier than I would have liked. Oh, okay, that time we at least didn't run too wide. Bloody debris, honestly. It's not great. It's not great. We will be out of that corner. I mean, I think we're going to be vulnerable to the Toyota. I say regardless. I think we're always going to be vulnerable to the Toyota down the start-finish straight because it's just so quick. The good news for me is we've got this fiddly corner coming up here. If I'm quick through here, it could have been worse, actually. Yeah, if I'm quick through there and decent through this section, we might be far enough away that the Toyota has trouble. Right, make sure we get it stopped and turn, get as early on the throttle as we can. Oh, well, never mind. Game over. Now, that's fun. Thanks, Forza. We were focused on making sure we got a good run out of the final corner. We were neat and tidy. We got on the throttle, lovely, and then we got street furnitured. And I love it. I just absolutely love that. That's amazing. I mean, we were always going to have a difficult time. It was always going to be really tough to do anything about the Toyota's immense acceleration. The problem is that becomes, 10 times more difficult when the game decides to just screw you over. All important momentum. Oh, that's a terrible line through there anyway. There. Well, I mean, the Toyota's got some street furniture in its face as well through that one. We are going to be a bit cheeky. I don't think it's going to really matter because I suspect we're going to get outran. The only thing we can do is sort of defend. Almost like we don't really need to defend through here because our brakes are so much better, our turning is so much better. But actually, I think it may have put a wheel on the dirt and lost some time through there. Oh, come on, Evo, do some good through there. I don't know whether this is going to be a big enough lead, to be honest with you. I'm sure some street furniture is going to find a way to ruin our day as we come into the final corner. No street furniture this time around. Will the Toyota be able to get close enough? It's going to be flying towards us, but it isn't quite enough. Ugh. I mean, I like the Evo. Lovely car to drive. Unfortunate street furniture. I think there was a 24 in that car. I think a 24 would be quite possible with that Evo. I don't. We bumped a wall, we street furnitured, and yeah, we just didn't really get a clean lap. But a 24 would definitely be. It's by far and away the most competitive that car has looked in this session so far, which is something at least. We are off to the lookout circuit for our next race. I am on pole. It's not going to matter. No, I say that. This is probably not the best track for me. Apparently, we need a tight, twisty, stop-starty kind of a circuit. That would be... I mean, that makes sense. We've got very big tyres. We're all-wheel drive. That absolutely would play to our strengths as much as possible, which is, I say, kind of what the Plaza circuit is. A Plaza circuit, but more technical, would be where my car would be the strongest in this sort of setup. This track, way too fast. The final sector won't be too bad for me, but the rest of it is going to be too quick. It's going to be interesting, I think, between me and the Subaru. And we're going to get round the outside of the Toyota. The Nissan may want to have a go to the inside. I don't know if the Nissan is going to... Well, yeah, it has got the grip to do that one, although it won't have the grip through the next part. That is where we can regain our position. Our car is very grippy. As I said, this is the section where our car is going to be strong through here. We're trying to get underneath... Oh, underneath the Subaru. That was a little bit... Yeah, not quite what we wanted. Here goes the Nissan. It's going to go to the outside. Oh, and there goes the ICBM. I mean, it's an ICBM that's now going to not be able to go around a corner, which is, you know, to be expected. I kind of just hope it pisses off, along with the Nissan, and I can have my battle over third with a Subaru. That's essentially what we want. Oh god, we're so slow up this hill. Christ. There's just... well, I say there's no go in it. There's no go in it compared to stuff around us. We will try and be neat through this section if we can. Carry as much speed as we can. It's not quite going to be enough, or a lot of understeer. No, car, bloody turn in. Christ, I tried not to go on the dirt and it just doesn't turn in. I think next time I will just park it on the dirt. I think it's going to be the way. I think it's going to be the way to go, to be honest with you. It seems to be the best bet I've got, really, with this. We will be quick. I mean, we can kind of be a bit quick on the way into this corner. I don't know whether we can really hold that speed throughout. Yeah, we can. It's not too bad. It's going to be the way. It's going to have to be the way we make up any sort of lap time here, and sort of hope that we can get close enough. And hope we don't get some massive understeer through this final sector, which we have been getting. There's a bit of running wide through there. Yeah, if we get the line right, we can be very fast through this section. We're right back on the bumper of the Subaru. Nah, it's not quite the line either, but it's... yeah. I don't know what it is about that corner. I don't know whether it's the cambering, whether it's banking. If I'm not really cutting the corner on the grass, on the dirt, if I stay out wide, I feel like my car just gives up turning. I just get a bucket load of understeer, and it doesn't quite work. That was a bit too ambitious through there. So I then cut across the inside, but we end up then cutting too much of the corner and then with a really weird angle, and that's also not working. So I'm not quite sure how to get the best out of my car through that section. Oh, that's a bit too much speed on the way in. But again, this section, if we can get this corner here is where we're making most of the time up on the Subaru. But it's not going to be enough to get a pass. And that's better. That's the line I want, actually. Just a little bit of wheels dipped in the dirt. Just enough to get the car rotated, get the car turned. Now, this is the closest we've been as we head on to the final lap of the race. Where on earth are we going to find a way past, if it is possible for us to find a way past? Now, we are better through there, although so was the car ahead. It's going to come in that penultimate corner, really. That is the bit that's going to matter. We need to be spot on through this next section, as does the Subaru. If they're going to defend from us, they need to be perfect. We need to be perfect if we're going to find a way past. It's this corner here where we are so much quicker than them. Can we get it to the inside? Nope. I thought about it, but it would have been a dive from so far back. It would never have really been on as far as maneuvers go. We're going to lose out to the Subaru. The Subaru will win the battle this time around. I mean, I think we fought as valiantly as we could. We fought as valiantly as we could around that. Yeah, probably not the best of circuits for me. It's a pretty close battle, really. Again, it's me and the two Subarus, very, say very similar, fairly similar. The other Evo wasn't too far back either. It was a good fun tussle, ultimately, though. Yeah, just could not find a way past in the closing stages. We head to the Estadio circuit for our final race. It should be once again an interesting battle between me and the Subarus. We will be very grippy in places. We'll be able to carry a lot of speed. The back chicane we should be fast at, but of course our lack of top end is going to work against us here. I very much like this track. It is one of my favourite circuits in the game. It's an interesting balance between straight line speed and handling. We will see what way it goes in this. We are quite a long way back. They are, they are right on the front, so it's not going to be straightforward. Although with the amount of technical issues that have gone on, it's actually quite a small field now. So I guess it doesn't matter too much. Okay, we've pinged out of ghost mode at a fairly good place. I mean, I like that. That's nice. Right. What can we do? We should be flat through here. although we bounced the curve. Now, I doubt we're going to be flat through, especially not on the first lap. There's a lot of grip in this, though. So, Subaru ran wide. That makes my life much easier. One of the perhaps more actually, that's probably the easier of the two Subarus to pass, because I think I'm faster than that one in a straight line. So, yeah, possibly. Well, I guess we'll find out now. I had a bit of a wonky run through that final corner. If it is on semi-slicks, then I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, okay, so we're faster than that one in a straight line. So that is the easier of the two to pass, because we could just breeze, well, not breeze, but we would have get past it, just outrun it down a straight. The one ahead is going to be more difficult, because even if we are quicker than it over the course of the lap, no guarantee that we are, to pass it, we're going to have to get... He's going to be in the final section, I should think. Well, it's possibly going to be... Not in the final section, it's possibly going to be... through the chicane. Through the chicane is where we're going to make a lot of our time up here. Can I get away with that much speed through there? Not quite. Where is that car going to go? I really don't want to lose the place. We may be vulnerable here. That was asking just a small bit too much of the Evo. I don't know if we're going to be able to do much. I mean, it wasn't a bad... I mean, this is a pretty quick car, actually, here. Although it wasn't a great lap. There's definitely a lot more in it than that. Okay, let's... I say focus. Can't afford any mistakes. Can't afford bumping a wall. Definitely can't afford another big slide through that chicane. We've had a good... That's a good first sector. The Subaru behind is likely to be a similar pace to me through there. If it gets it right. This chicane is going to be so important. It's going to kind of be the make or break on this lap. Whether we're going to be able to catch much to the car ahead. I think we go... kind of like... No, that's not right either. I'm going to try to go around the debris, because the debris is what really costs you a lot of time there. No, not got the line right. I think this car is capable of a lot of speed through there, but it's just getting the line... Maybe I don't want to downshift. I think maybe the downshift's what's upsetting the car. I think maybe we'd be better off going into it without shifting. And then, I mean, that's not actually a terrible lap time, considering we completely went exploring off the circuit. We actually caught up to the car ahead on what was not a great lap. We were too late on the brakes into turn one. First real braking zone of the circuit. Okay, I think for the chicane, we don't downshift. I think we keep the car in sixth. We maybe keep it in sixth and downshift on the exit if we need it. Might be the way to go. Let's give that a try. Oh, wheel on the curb. Is not the way to go either. I mean, it was better through there, but I upset the car in a different way that time. That's fun. That's absolutely not what we wanted to be doing. I mean, we are catching... Again, we're catching the Subaru, but we're once more catching it. We're really running out of laps. This final lap, even if we got... The only way we get past it is we beat it into... We beat it on the exit of the chicane, but then it's just going to outrun us to the finish line. We really need to pass it like here, for example, but we're not going to be able to do that. We're not close enough unless it makes a mistake. I mean, it's struggling a little bit through this section. We are quick. Can we put pressure on the Subaru? But it knows it doesn't really need to worry in the chicane. I'm not close enough to do anything. We need the chicane perfect this time, please. That's more to me than anything. The car I can't really fault. Oh, big accident up ahead. The Subaru has had problems, but that means I've had to have a massive lift, because otherwise there's no way to go through there. I mean, that's helped us and hindered us all at once, really. We can sweep around the outside of the Subaru. Subaru's going to overdrive that one. We will get past, but we have got the problem of that Subaru is quicker than us in a straight line. We will hug the inside. It might still be enough. It is just enough. Oh, well, we never got to find out how I could get through that chicane. I feel like there's a lot more pace in that car than I was doing from it. We needed to just get that get that chicane a little bit better. It was a great battle between me and the Subaru, and obviously the Subaru did feel the pressure a little bit. It slid wide at a critical moment, shall we say, through there. That time the battle would go the way of the Evo. I mean, that's a solid car, really. That Evo 10 is a solid car. Can't really fault it too much. It's a smidge understeery. Maybe a bit of tuning work could make that into a little bit better. Yeah, that was it was a good Evo versus Subaru battle, pretty much. Yeah, I like this car. It's just a solid all-round machine. Well, there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up and take part in the next one, you can via Discord. Find the Versatility Silent section, and you can register to take part in there. The link to it will be in the description. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.